Warmly welcome to Exploring Miracles. I am exploring the lessons in A Course in Miracles by reading from them and doing my best to reflect on the text as I go. We have come to lesson number 138. Heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven is a choice because here we believe there are alternatives to choose between. We think all things have an opposite, and what we want, we choose. If heaven exists, there must be hell as well, for contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real. Short reflection on this first paragraph. I sense a bit of a sarcasm here in a very loving way, because here Jesus Christ, the voice of Jesus Christ that talks to us all along in the lessons of A Course in Miracles, guiding us gently, points out that when he walks amongst us, he understands that we in this world that we make up with our human mind perception, we cannot orient ourselves if we don't divide it into opposites, up and down, and black and white, and right and wrong, and war and peace, and you get the drill. And so I think that's a very nice way to start this lesson. Paragraph 2. Creation knows no opposite, but here in our made-up world. But here is opposition part of being, quote unquote, real. It is this strange perception of the truth that makes the choice of heaven seem to be the same as the relinquishment of hell. It is not really thus. Yet what is true in God's creation cannot enter here until it is reflected in some form the world, us, can understand. Truth cannot come where it would only be perceived with fear. For this would be the error truth can be brought to illusions. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome, and it cannot come. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites. Decisions lets one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Without decision, time is but a waste and effort dissipated. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There is no sense of gain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you when there is really only one to make, and even this but seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubts that myriad decisions would induce. You make but one. And when that one is made, you will perceive it. You will perceive it was no choice at all. For truth is true, and nothing else is true. There is no opposite to choose instead. There is no contradiction to the truth. It's getting clearer and clearer. Of course, I read this before I'm reading it out loud. I get it. There is only one choice. Let's not continue dividing everything up. If I choose this, I don't choose that. There's only one choice. Let's go for it. Choosing depends on learning. And the truth cannot be learned. but only recognized. In recognition, its acceptance lies, and as it is accepted, it is known. But knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to teach within the framework of this course. All right, but knowledge, this is important, but knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to teach within the framework of this course. I think this will get clearer. Ours are teaching goals to be attained through learning how to reach them, what they are and what they offer you. Decisions are the outcome of your learning, for they rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are and what your needs must be. Short reflection on this last sentence, and then I will jump to some later paragraphs. This and what your needs must be, it reminds me of something I heard many years ago from somebody, and it really shook me, awakened me, and I've been forwarding it to many others because I really think it was crucial for me. Somebody said that until you, me, have acknowledged my deepest needs as a soul being, the wrong people and the wrong situations will be sent to me again and again and again until I really know myself and my deepest needs as a soul being, a human being, soul being. So this is it's necessary to know this, because therein lies the truth of us. Now I will jump a bit, and then I will go to some reflections, I hope. All right. So, or maybe I shouldn't jump so much. Paragraph 7. So we begin today considering the choice that time was made to help us make. Such is its holy purpose, now transformed from the intent you gave it, that it be a means for demonstrating hell is real, hope changes to despair, and life itself must be, in the end, we overcome by death. Oh God. In death alone are opposites resolved, for ending opposition is to die. And thus salvation must be seen as death, for life is seen as a conflict. Yeah. Peace and war and right and wrong, of course. Conflict all over the place. To resolve the conflict is to end your life as well. Yeah, many of us do have that idea that if it will be stagnation, there will be no life, because life is built on conflicts and the dynamic between opposites and And if that stops, there will be no passion, there will be no reaction, there will be no feelings, life will end, and that's death. How boring it must be. That could be the idea that some of us are carrying, have been carrying, maybe still do. So, paragraph 8 now. These mad beliefs can gain unconscious hold of great intensity and grip the mind with terror and anxiety so strong that it will not relinquish its ideas about its own protection. It must be saved from salvation, threatened to be safe, and magically armored against truth. And these decisions are made unaware. Yeah. To keep them safely undisturbed, apart from question and from reason and from doubt. Heaven is chosen consciously. Yeah, because now we were explained what we can't unconsciously make up and think we choose. And then it goes, heaven is chosen consciously. The choice cannot be made until alternatives are accurately seen and understood. All that is veiled in shadows must be raised to understanding to be judged again. Okay, we look at it again. Do I really look at it the same way as I did? Do I really want that to be judged again? This time with heaven's help. I think that is needed. And all mistakes in judgment that the mind has made before are open to correction. Oh, wonderful. As the truth dismisses them as causeless. Now are they without effect. They cannot be concealed because their nothingness is recognized. The conscious choice of heaven is as sure as is the ending of the fear of hell when it is raised from its protective shield of unawareness and is brought to light. Who can decide between the clearly seen and the unrecognized? Yet, who can fail to make a choice between alternatives when only one is seen as valuable, the other as a wholly worthless thing? Worthless, drop it. But imagine source of guilt and pain. No, I don't want that anymore. I want to drop it somewhere and never pick it up again. Who hesitates to make a choice like this? No, I don't anymore. And shall we hesitate to choose today? No, let's not hesitate anymore. I spent enough time doing that. Paragraph 11. We make the choice for heaven as we wake and spend 5 minutes making sure that we have made the one decision that is sane. We recognize we make a conscious choice between what has existence and what has nothing but appearance of the truth. Appearance of the truth. We are lied to. It's made up. It's not true. In pseudo being, it's pseudo being brought to what is real, is flimsy and transparent in the light. It holds no terror now for what was made enormous, vengeful, pitiless with hate, demands obscurity for fear to be invested here. Now it is recognized as but a foolish, trivial mistake. In Sweden, I don't know if it's international, but in Sweden we believe in trolls. I think in Norway too, and Finland. Or we used to. And there is a saying that just if you bring the trolls up in the daylight, they will explode. So this is same. Before we close our eyes in sleep tonight, we reaffirm the choice that we have made each hour in between. And now we give the last 5 minutes of our waking day to the decision with which we awoke. As every hour passed, we have declared our choice again in a brief, quiet time devoted to maintaining sanity. And finally, we close the day with this, acknowledging we choose but what we want. Acknowledging we choose but what we want. Heaven is the decision I must make. I make it now and will not change my mind because it is the only thing I want. Long lesson, and I will just do some reflections because it is a long lesson, and when I read it slowly I really get it, but then again I lose it. So heaven is the decision I must make. It teaches that heaven is not a distant place but a choice, and that we love we love to divide the world in opposites, and that's kind of an error because we don't have to. But as long as we choose that, we will have this ongoing conflict that we think is the truth of the construct of the world, but it is not. There is only one choice. So we don't, it's clear now that we don't have to make a choice between, oh, I want to look at the world as a division between opposites because otherwise I don't understand it, because I feel home. Or, oh, there is heaven, there is another choice too, and therein lies peace, and I must make the right choice. It's not about that, because that too, obviously, is a division between polarities. There is only one choice. That's good. There is only one alternative. I don't think I have to say anything more about that. Lesson number 138. It's just reminding us of that heaven is the decision I must make. And if I do that, heaven within, heaven above, heaven below, heaven on earth, everything is healed. Over time, the exercise, heaven is the only choice. The exercise trains our mind to see that choosing heaven is a simple choice, natural, and always available. And just a reminder, we don't have to just rely on that. If we train, that's why the practicing parts are so very, very crucial in the Course in Miracles, because the rewiring is not the rewiring that if I think a thought or train my mind and discipline, it will come naturally. It will, but what actually happens is that the brain is plastic, we know now, and the transmission wires, or I don't know what to call it, but they actually change. So if we think in one way, it will actually, in a physical way, change inside our heads. So it will be easier and easier for the brain to go there. It's like running, exercising, anything. Anyway, thank you very much for taking part of this wonderful continuing exploring, and we are really going into the most wonderful part in the Course in Miracles now, when we have come so far as this lesson. So thank you for stopping by, and see you soon.